This week, I end up being the only passenger in a brand new multi-million-dollar airport after taking a ride on a brand new all-business class airline that ended up costing me less than an economy ticket on a regular airline would have, as I take a ride on the brand new airline from the Maldives beyond. Well, good morning from a miserable Zurich in Switzerland, and I'm hoping that where I end up today, the weather will be a little bit nicer than it is here, because it's a little bit minging, but I'm really excited because today I'm taking a flight on a brand new airline. It's only just started and it's a little bit different to the norm. So I'm flying today on an airline called Beyond, who are brand new. They've only been going a few months. They're so brand new, in fact, that everybody I've asked this morning hasn't got a clue where I need to go. They've never heard of them before, so yeah. That's brilliant. So I need to find where I'm going to check in for this flight. There's no information, even the departure board doesn't show me a check-in zone for Beyond Airlines. So let's go and try and figure out how we get checked in for this mystery flight. I've got to love Swiss ingenuity. There's an airline here literally called Chair. I wonder if they're partnered with Table. Hi there. Good morning. How are you? Checking in for Dubai?
Yeah. Passenger.
Oh, am I? I'm guessing not many. So they changed the flight time to this morning. So yeah.
We had to move also our schedule for the delivery earlier.
Oh.
It's good.
Yeah. Well.
So you're flying to Dubai on
Yes,
right?
please.
Do you have any bags to check in?
You know what? I think I will check this one in if that's okay,
yeah,
please.
Sure,
It's
sure,
probably better than me carrying it round.
Yeah.
It gets me in nice and early, which is nice.
Yeah.
Are there many passengers today?
It's not that full. You have a lot of space.
That's good. We like that, yes.
Yeah, it's at the moment we have 11 passengers.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
So.
But it's not that bad.
Yes, yes. Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yes, I'm good, thank you.
I see booked lounge access,
Yes,
right?
okay.
So I want I can pick you up in the lounge
Okay,
at around 9 o'clock for boarding, so you don't have to
All right.
worry about that.
Yeah,
If
that
not,
sounds
if you're
good.
not in the lounge, that's not a problem. You can go to the gate as you like.
All right,
but
perfect.
otherwise, I'd pick you up in the lounge.
That sounds good. Thank you very much. Yeah, of course. Thank you. Thanks.
So here we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. This is your passport.
Okay.
The gate, yeah.
Don't have one yet.
Yeah. It's going to be about E42. But you just at the screen in the lounge. Yeah.
Of course.
And my colleague, she's going to pick you up then from the lounge so you can enjoy the view, enjoy the lounge.
Sounds
and,
perfect.
And drink a coffee.
Sounds amazing. I need coffee. It's too early.
Yeah, it's for us all.
Yeah, I get one for everybody. Yeah.
You have a pleasant flight.
Thank you.
I hope you're flying to Dubai.
Dubai,
so
yes.
you
I don't need the
don't
Maldivian one there. So. All right.
Otherwise, just straight, it's going to be security entry. After security, just follow the sign gate E, and then you take a little ride by train.
Okay,
it's like 2 minutes.
I know where it is. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Thanks,
welcome.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So Beyond are an all-business class airline. They only have like 40-something seats on their Airbus A319s that we're taking a flight on today. And they aim themselves primarily at the leisure market, with passengers from Europe to Dubai and onwards to the Maldives, which is where they're actually registered. It's a Maldivian airline. So yeah, this should be pretty interesting. Let's go and see what it's like. All right then, through security, time to get my little train across to the E-gate. Swiss people are so friendly, aren't they? Much like the Dutch. You never meet an angry Swiss person, do you? Swish person?
Departure to gates E, track 1. Arrivant gare, veuillez descendre. Goodbye, au revoir, ouvrez les doigts.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. You need Wi-Fi for internet access, sir?
Yeah, please, if there is a Wi-Fi, please.
Yes. It's your boarding
Many
pass.
thanks.
And this is the Wi-Fi code.
Okay.
You can use it for 3 devices. Zurich Airport is the network.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you.
The Aspire Lounge in Zurich's really nice actually. There's a good range of food and drink, loads of places to sit, and more importantly for me as an av geek, loads of fantastic views out over the runways here at Zurich. So this is the Aspire Lounge here at Zurich that Beyond Airlines use, and I've just gone for some eggs and some baked beans for me breakfast, and of course a coffee. So this flight today's actually working out quite well for me, because it wasn't due to leave originally until 6 o'clock tonight, getting in at 1:30 in the morning or something crazy like that. I got an email off of Beyond yesterday telling me they've brought it back by 8 hours, so it's actually now leaving at 9:30 this morning and getting in at 5 this afternoon, which works out much better, not only because it means I get in nice and early into Dubai, but also because they only told me yesterday that it was more than a 1 hour change in time, well, they owe me $600 now for EU compensation, which is pretty nice. So yeah, a bit of money off my flight today, which will help. So yeah, grazie beyond grazie. I sat for ages watching all the planes coming and going out of the window, saw some amazing planes, but then one stood out from the rest because this aircraft pulled onto the stand, and it was my ride across to Dubai. So there's my ride over to Dubai today. It's an Airbus A319. At the moment, it's the only plane that Beyond have got in their fleet, and it's registered over in the Maldives. They are soon going to be getting an Airbus A321 as well, though, in the same configuration that this one's in, because they're starting to sort of expand their route network from Dubai. I'll talk a little bit about that later on in the video, but for now, let's go and get on board and see what it's like. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Is about to commence, promising with you our dedicated host.
Thank you.
To ensure the seamless and hassle-free boarding process.
All right, then, time to venture into the beyond. Hello. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good,
It's
thank you. 5.
Perfect. It's a pleasure to have you on board.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're Noel Phillips.
I am. How you doing?
How are you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you. Well, this is rather nice, isn't it? This is the Beyond Airbus A319, and it's got 44 seats in an all business class configuration. They're all lie flat, which is really, really nice. 2 rows of the seats have got these ottomans, and I've gone for one of these today. So you've got loads of leg room here, and you can sort of, look at that, look, put your feet up there. It's basically the exit row and the front row, I think, that are like this, and you can pay a little premium. I'll let you know at the end what that premium was, but I think it's been more than wiped out by the EU 261 compensation, which is pretty nice, really. You've got controls for the seat down here. There's an iPad as well with a headset that you can use later in the flight. Really nice blanket and everything as well, and a pillow, which is pretty nice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It should be about a 6-hour run, I think, across to Dubai. Let's get going. It's not as bad as it looks. It's quite nice, actually. With just a handful of passengers on today's flight, it wasn't too long before everybody was on board, and it was time to push back from the gate for our flight from a rainy Zurich airport. Our route today then took us east out of Zurich, down across Eastern Europe and the Black Sea before crossing Turkey. From there we headed down across Iraq and the Arabian Sea, descending into Dubai with a flight time of 5 hours and 56 minutes, cruising at 39,000 feet. Alright then, airborne from Zurich on the Beyond A319. This plane is so cool. Very comfortable, and it's got like that new plane smell as well. Even though it's quite an old plane, it was an EasyJet plane originally, hence why we've got the 2 sort of overwing exits here, albeit one's plugged off. Hopefully it doesn't blow out or anything, or is that a Boeing issue? I don't know. Anyway, it was an EasyJet plane. Now it's with a Beyond, and they've had it completely refitted with these new leather seats. It smells incredible on it. I wish I could tell you through the video like how nice it smells on this plane. It's really, really nice. The crew are amazing as well. It seems there's almost as many crew on today's flight as there are passengers. I think there's like 11 passengers, and there's, I don't know, countless crew I've seen milling backwards and forwards. And of those 11 passengers, it's basically 3 bookings. It's me on my own, and then there's 2 families of 5. One's right in the back rows, one's right in the front rows, so plenty of room to stretch out on this flight as we head down to Dubai. Not long after takeoff, the crew came around with some drinks and some nuts. I just went for a Diet Coke, and then I had a look at the in-flight entertainment, which was a little bit weird. You pull this rod out from the seat at the side of you, which actually turns into a device holder for the onboard iPads. There's an iPad Pro at every seat, and there's actually a decent selection of movies and TV on there, as well as quite a nice flight map as well to enjoy as you take your flight across to the Middle East. Drinks have turned up. Just a Diet Coke today. So, Beyond, basically, well, they market themselves as an all-premium, all-leisure airline. In fact, they actually claim to be the first in the world, which seems a bit of a stretch. The precedent is there. It's kind of like Jojo Siwa saying that she invented gay pop.
I said, I wanted to start a new genre of music. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, it's called gay pop.
They're marketing themselves essentially at people going to the Maldives on holiday off for a really fancy luxurious vacation. And they can come and take a flight in style on this pretty much private configured A319 down there and pay just a regular business class price. And when we talk about the price, actually I think the price is pretty decent because it's quite a reasonable price. It's certainly on a level, if not cheaper, than flying with Emirates in business class. And in fact, today with my EU261 compensation, it's actually going to be cheaper than flying with Emirates in economy. I'll let you know the prices and everything at the end, as I always do, but yeah, it ain't bad really, considering how much you pay for this, so I'm quite enjoying it so far. About 90 minutes after takeoff, the crew came round with the lunch service, which was really nice. I went for the lamb shank, which was absolutely delicious. It just fell apart as you put your fork into it and tasted amazing. Dessert was cool as well. I had this meringue, which was just absolutely divine. That lamb was absolutely amazing. Quite possibly the best meal I've ever had on a plane. Oh, lovely. Could eat that again. Right then, time to look at the Beyond amenity kit that you get in every seat pocket. So let's have a look what they give you. So it's in quite a nice Beyond leatherette type bag. That's quite nice actually. Oh, now this is very fancy. I don't know if you can see what's inside there. It's kind of lined with Beyond stuff inside, and we've got some body lotion, an incredible, you can't feel this, how amazing this is. This is the eye mask. It's like the softest, plushest velvet effect that I've ever felt. Very nice. Dental kit, face mist, pillow mist. I do like it when airlines give you pillow mist. It helps you sleep, because when you travel you can't always sleep, and if you can spray your pillow down it's quite nice. Earbuds, hand sanitizer and a spray. And that's it. Well, that's actually really nice. Actually, for an amenity kit, a very decent amenity kit actually, some good thought out things in there. I think the best thing about this though is the eye mask and the bag itself, which is really nice. That's going to come in handy. There's all little pockets in it as well for different bits and pieces, so that's going to come in handy actually for travelling, I think, in the future, which is always a nice thing because you can reuse it. And I guess from Beyond's point of view it's pretty decent because you always look at their logo when you're travelling on other not quite as nice airlines as Beyond, I guess. You can look back and reminisce of your time on this beautiful aircraft.
It's time for the Noel Phillips Lou Review.
Well, as much as the rest of this plane is really, really nice, I'm afraid that the Lou doesn't really give off a luxury airline vibe. This is more EasyJet A320 than Beyond luxury private jet experience. And that's probably because this plane used to be an EasyJet plane. They haven't really done anything with the bathroom. It's the same box front and back that you find on EasyJet. But it's quite clean and quite nice. Got the sink and everything down here, hand wash and everything. Standard A320 sort of stuff up here up on this side as well. And there's the toilet down there and a baby changing table. If you are a baby and you'd like to sit down, then you can sit on there. But yeah, it's not the best loo, unfortunately, but that being said, I think the rest of the experience kind of makes up for this. We drop that. I think the rest of the experience kind of makes up for the loo, I'd say. But anyway, yeah, that's the loo on the Beyond A319.
That was the Noel Phillips Lou Review.
Now, isn't this absolutely beautiful? This is Praia del Rei in Portugal. I've come here and had a weekend off in between filming, and it's something that I don't very often do because, you know what, traditionally I've always felt like having a good time while I'm on these trips is something to be ashamed of, something I need to feel guilty for. I'm not supposed to enjoy this. This is work. I'm not supposed to enjoy work. Work isn't something that you go out and enjoy and spend beautiful days walking down the beach like this, is it? But then I sat down last night with a glass of wine, looking out over this beautiful sunset here, and I thought, you know what? I don't feel guilty for this. I do not feel guilty for this because I have earned this. Through the work that I've been doing, I've earned this and I deserve it. And I think that's the thing that sometimes you can forget. I've started journaling these thoughts in a journal because at some point I'm inevitably going to forget and I'm going to think I need to be back on some sort of long-haul Greyhound bus again at some point. But you know, sometimes it's not just journaling that can help. Sometimes you've got to actually sit and speak to somebody face to face. And that's why I'm grateful to this week's video sponsor, BetterHelp. See, BetterHelp have got a network of over 30,000 licensed therapists who you can talk to and actually speak about these sorts of feelings that you're having and maybe help you understand the way your brain works and how things actually are. Super easy to sign up. You go to the website and answer a few questions. Pretty soon you're matched with a licensed therapist who you can start communicating with and actually talking to about these sorts of things. You start doing video calls with them. You can even do live chats with them between your sessions in case you're needing a little bit of support through the week as well. All straightforward and super easy. You know, the coolest thing is as well that you can swap and change your therapist at any time with no hard feelings on either side. If it's not working out with one, you can just switch to another one and nobody has any hard feelings. BetterHelp are offering you 10% off your first month when you use my promo code Noel at betterhelp.com/Noel. That's betterhelp.com/Noel. You see, when Beyond started flying from Europe, they were only flying to the Maldives with a fuel stop in Dubai. You couldn't book the flight just to Dubai itself, you had to just stay on the plane all the way to the Maldives. Just recently, like last week or the week before, they've started selling tickets as far as Dubai, which the cynic in me would say is that because they weren't selling enough tickets through to the Maldives that they decided to sell tickets to Dubai as well. And that's the thing really, because there's like 11 of us on this flight today down to Dubai, most of them continuing on to the Maldives, but by the time they've paid out their EU261 for 11 passengers, I can't imagine they're making much of anything on this flight, which is a bit of a shame because it's such a nice way of flying and I wish there were more airlines like this. Ultimately, I think the problem is that they're marketing themselves as a business class leisure airline, and typically those two things don't really go hand in hand. Now, if you look in the States, for example, you've got JSX and airlines like that who are more of a sort of business people's airline, because if you're spending your company's money, you're not quite as bothered. But if you're going on vacation somewhere, you're typically spending your own money. And I don't know about you, but when I'm spending my own money, I'm a lot more careful with it than when I'm spending my work's money. So maybe that's just the tight northerner in me. Either way, I guess time will tell if Beyond are going to be around long enough to see their dreams of connecting people from Australia all the way to Europe through the Maldives. I love seeing airlines who try and break the mould like Beyond, and ultimately I think the more airlines we get like this, the more chances we're going to see of getting more airlines like this, which is a win-win for everybody. So here's the thing, my flight with Beyond today cost me $1,500 one way in business class, which already isn't too bad for a flight between Europe and Dubai. Usually you're talking about $1,500 to $2,000 if you're on a one-way ticket with Emirates, for example, in business class. But by the time they've paid my EU261 compensation of €600, that's taking my ticket price down to less than $900, which for a 6-hour flight in business class is a steal. You'd pay more than that in Emirates economy class than you would in business class, let alone on an airline like Beyond. So I'm quite happy with the value for money I've got out of today's flight. I'm not entirely sure that the airline are going to be quite as happy with that, but for me, it's a thumbs up and it's a win-win. Plus, I get to be in the afternoon in Dubai rather than at 2 o'clock in the morning, which was something I wasn't really looking forward to. But this way, I'm there, I've got time to have dinner in Dubai before I go to bed and have a relaxing day tomorrow. It's a win-win. So I've put the flatbed down to get a little bit of rest. I have to say, so far, this is probably the only underwhelming bit about flying on Beyond, because, well, it ain't the most spacious for a start. My head is literally wedged against the top. My feet, I don't know if you can see where my feet are, they are not able to lay flat. In fact, actually, that's where my feet come to. So unless I'm going to be contorted like a contortionist, I'm not going to fit into this bed to lay down. I mean, I am quite tall. I'm 6'4", 6'5"-ish, depending on what day of the week it is. But even still, this is nowhere near, I don't think, even 6 feet. This is the extra room seat as well. This is the extra sort of leg room seat here at the Ottoman at row 5, I think we're on. So yeah, and the width, I don't know if you can see where my arms are. That's sort of digging in there and that's digging in there. It's giving me a bruised rib, a bit of jip, I have to say. But that's not the only problem. You see, from where I'm laying now, there is no privacy whatsoever here. I'm going to give you a Noel vision view. This is the view that I have laying down just here. There's no sort of privacy divider or anything there, so basically anybody walking down the aisle can see in to me sleeping, and of course I can see everybody else sleeping, and I don't tend to like make a habit of watching people sleep. You don't really have a choice here on Beyond because it's just such an open, spacious layout. Now that's good in a way because it's bright and airy. The downside is when you're trying to rest, well, everybody can see everything, really. There isn't any sort of privacy at all. But I don't think I'm going to be getting any sleep anyway because it's just so flipping tight. But I don't know, if you were shorter, then you might find it more comfortable. But for me, this is it is not pleasant. Alright then, we've started the descent into Dubai. The flight's gone by very fast. I did have a little bit of a nap, I have to say, on this flight because I'm absolutely worn out, so I had a little bit of a nap, so don't judge me, but we've started our approach now into Dubai and we'll be on the ground in a minute. So here's the question then, how is this airline making any money right now? Well, this is the rainy season for the Maldives, and it seems that right now all their money isn't coming in from these flights. But I did speak to an off-duty member of crew for Beyond, who told me that their Riyadh flights are consistently fully booked. Not only this, but they have a second aircraft that they're having some success with chartering out to help the money come in during the quiet off-season in the Maldives. So who knows, things could go really well for Beyond going forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dubai, where the local time is 5:50 in the afternoon.
And you know what, I really hope it all works out for them since they're such a fantastic little boutique airline.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure. Yeah, thank you. Looking forward to seeing you again. Yes, thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.
And here's where things went even stranger on today's flight because I was the only passenger getting off the plane here in Dubai. That meant I'd not only had this entire bus to myself, but the entire international airport, which was just surreal. I was literally the only passenger. In around 10 years from now, this mega airport is going to replace the existing Dubai International Airport, but for now there's only 1 or 2 flights a day.
Rush hour. Thank you. VIP.
Only you?
Just me, yeah.
Only you?
Everybody else stayed on the plane.
Only one, VIP, huh?
Yeah, seems to be.
After clearing immigration, it was time to head through to the deserted baggage claim, where I'd be waiting for my bag. Right then, welcome to the creepy deserted Dubai World Central Airport at Al Maktoum in Dubai. This is the second airport here in Dubai. It's a brand new airport, not long been open. If it doesn't seem too familiar now, wait 10 years and you'll probably be connecting through here on every Emirates flight, because Emirates are shifting their entire operation to this airport in a few years' time, but for now there's like 2 or 3 flights a day in here, so it's just deserted and creepy, and I'm the only passenger as well off this flight, so it's a little bit eerie. Only passenger in a multi-million-dollar airport here in Dubai, but hey, I wonder how long it's going to take to bring my bag through. In the end, they didn't even bother putting it on the belt, they just sent a man through with it off the plane. That's okay, no problem at all. Do you need to see the tag, or are we good?
No, it's okay.
That's good, perfect. Thank you. Oh, no, thank you. Thank you. Very quiet airport. Not many passengers here. This is the new airport. Yeah. This one here? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Dubai World Central is some distance from downtown Dubai, and it took about 3/4 of an hour to get to my hotel on the Palm. It's the first time I've seen the city away from the main Dubai airport though, and I have to say it's such a cool futuristic place. It's like driving through a scene from Demolition Man.
Thank you. Alright, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, bye-bye. Evening. Thank you. Thank you. To check in, please.
How are you doing
I'm
today?
good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much.
Thank you.
For any further information, please call us on 0. We will be more than happy to assist.
Lovely. Thank you.
Enjoy your
Thank
stay.
you. Thank you. Lovely. Thank you. Here. There we go. Thank you.
Welcome your second home.
Thank you. All right then, welcome to Dubai. This is amazing, this hotel. This is the Waldorf Astoria Hotel here in Dubai. I wouldn't normally stay somewhere as fancy as a Waldorf Astoria, but the thing is, I got this hotel for $130 a night. $130 a night, and then they've just double upgraded me to this like amazing room. So shall we have a little look around this room and see what we've got here? Incredible. So this is the bedroom area. We've got like sofa and bed and everything in here, big TV and big units just all down here, look. Incredible. Then we go into the bathroom. Look at this bathroom. So we've got shower here, amazing bathtub, all this lot here as well. And what's this? Is this the loo? Oh, a double, oh no, it's not a double loo, it's a boudoir and a loo. Wow, this place is incredible. Just unbelievable, isn't it? Waldorf Astoria, me, what? And then if we come out here, we've got a balcony. I think we can open this. And there is Dubai. Look at that. That's the Burj Al Arab there. Burj Khalifa's down there in the distance. The Dubai skyline all lit up over there. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of that in the morning, and it's hot and steamy out here, so I'm going to head inside. Well, it's not quite as hot and steamy. But anyway, that's me for the night, or for 2 nights actually. I'm here in Dubai. Seeing as though Beyond got me in 8 hours early, that means that I've got tomorrow off and I can enjoy and go to the beach or whatever here in Dubai. It's not a bad life, is it really? Places like this, who'd have thought it? It's incredible. Anyway, that was Beyond, and it was beyond my expectations. I have to say, it was a really nice experience flying with Beyond Airlines. But let me know what you thought to them down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care, be kind to one another, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.